This is QTV News coming to you from our studios on Caraba Avenue. I'm Amudu Gajaga and thank you for joining us. First, we look at the headlines. As part of efforts to move away from the reliance on expensive emergency power in the Gambia, the National Water and Electricity Company NAWEC held a pre-meeting with potential bidders to develop a dual fuel power plant. On the commemoration of World Diabetes Day today, the Chief Medical Director of Sarab Medical Center, Dr. Abubakar Jah, has spoken about the causes, prevention and treatment of the condition. The National Food Security Processing and Marketing Corporation, formerly the GGC, and the Ministry of Agriculture held an annual stakeholders consultation in the Lower River region on the upcoming groundnut trade season. In business news, as the World Travel Market 2023 ended in London last week, the Gambian delegation is optimistic that their participation and marketing strategy will attract more tourists and investors in the Gambia. In sports news, Brikama United and Wabanjul drew 1-1 in their opener of the 2023-2024 GFF First Division League campaign at the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama on Sunday. Those were the news headlines, and now the news in detail. Welcome and thank you for joining us. This is QTV News. As part of efforts to move away from the reliance on expensive emergency power in the Gambia, the National Water and Electricity Company NAWEC held a pre-meeting with potential bidders to develop a 30-megawatt dual fuel power plant. Julian Jai has the details.
The National Water and Electricity Company NAWEC, with the support of the African Legal Support Facility, has issued a request for qualification for the project in November of last year. The African Legal Support Facility is an international organization hosted by the African Development Bank Group. The facility provides legal advice and technical assistance to African countries in the negotiation of complex commercial transactions, creditor litigation, and other related sovereign transactions. Through the request for qualification, NAWEC intends to identify and pre-qualify eligible independent power producers, IPPs, to develop, finance, construct, operate and maintain a 30 megawatts dual fuel, heavy fuel oil and gas power plant. The power plant will be located in Kotu and will sell its power to NAWEC under a long-term power purchase agreement. The successful independent power producers will be responsible for fuel supply and transportation for the power plant. Nani Juara, NAWEC's managing director, says this roadmap was developed since 2017 to increase generation capacity.
NAWEC, as a utility, just like all utilities around the world, are transitioning. We are trying to unbundle, gradually. Partially, we are unbundling the generation component of our business to give priority, or the private sector the opportunity to invest in the generation component of our business while we focus more on the transmission and distribution.
Abdullah Job, Minister of Petroleum and Energy, says this project will serve as the first competitively procured independent power producer project in the country.
This is indeed not only to ensure transparency and accountability in the procurement process, but also help ensure that an IPP with the prerequisite financial and technical capability is awarded the contract to ensure value for money and provision of quality and affordable services to the people that we serve.
Minister Job assured the bidders and partners of the government's commitment and support to the successful implementation of the project, while urging the project team to be diligent to ensure the project is delivered efficiently and on schedule. Here is Babukar Fal, the project manager.
The project is expected to produce 250 gigawatt hour per year. This simply means that it is going to be able to supply about 70 or 57,000 households with consumption rate of $5,000 worth of cash power in a month.
The Gambia is among 4 West African countries working to meet the universal access to electricity target by 2025. And this 30 megawatts dual fuel power plant, once completed, is expected to help increase domestic power generation and enhance national energy security. Moreover, the project is expected to deliver a brand new large generation capacity on a long-term power purchase contract basis. The stakeholders and bidders also visited some of the sites in Kotu Power Station, Fuel Storage Facility, and the Gambia Ports Authority. For QTV News, I am Julden Yai.
On the commemoration of World Diabetes Day, which falls on the 14th of November annually, the Chief Medical Director of Sarab Medical Center, Dr. Abubakar Jah, has spoken about the causes, prevention and treatment of the condition. Lole M. Camara tells us more.
The theme for this year's World Diabetes Day is Access to Diabetes Care, which highlights that diabetes care should be within reach, economical and of high quality for all, irrespective of their socio-economic status or geographical location. Dr. Abubakar Jah, Chief Medical Director at Sarab Medical Center, explains the significance of the day.
Having access to care includes what you are doing today, is people knowing about diabetes. So we need to sensitize people about diabetes so people know about diabetes. People need to prevent themselves from getting diabetes or delay the onset of diabetes. And people who have diabetes need to be able to have treatment.
According to the World Health Organization, over 400 million people are living with diabetes, with the majority in low and middle income countries, and 1.5 million deaths annually are directly attributed to diabetes globally. Dr. Jah, while highlighting the importance of the theme, underscores the urgent need to address the barriers faced by many in accessing diabetes care, support, and its prevalence in the Gambia.
But in the Gambia, there was a study done in 2019, and it is pegged at around 2%. 2 out of every 100 Gambians have diabetes. But this is of the people that we know. There are, WHO estimates that more than 60 or 70% of people who have diabetes in Africa don't know they have diabetes. So you have, out of every 100, 70 people don't know they have diabetes, but they have diabetes. For those people who have diabetes. So it can be very prevalent, but we don't know about it because people are not testing themselves. My advice is, even if you don't have any symptoms at all, even if you don't have any family member with diabetes, test yourself because it's very cheap to test yourself.
According to research, diabetes is a metabolic disorder characterized by a high blood sugar level over a prolonged period. Symptoms often include frequent urination, increased thirst, and increased appetite. If left untreated, diabetes can cause many health complications such as cardiovascular disease, stroke, chronic kidney disease, damage to nerves and eyes, amongst others. In extreme cases, diabetes can lead to amputation. Across the globe, it's estimated that a limb is amputated every 30 seconds, and 85% of these amputations are due to a diabetic foot ulcer. World Diabetes Day was launched in 1991 by the International Diabetes Federation and the World Health Organization in response to the rapid increase of diabetes cases around the world. Since then, over 160 countries, including the Gambia, continue to commemorate the day to sensitize the public about the dangers of diabetes. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
The National Food Security Processing and Marketing Corporation, formerly the GGC, in partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture, held an annual stakeholders consultation on Tuesday in Genoa in the Lower River region on the upcoming groundnut trade season. Our regional correspondent Bakari Balde attended the event and he filed this report.
This consultative forum brought together relevant stakeholders in the groundnut value chain to discuss and share information on the upcoming groundnut trade season, and also to create a conducive and favorable environment for the sale and marketing of groundnuts, other crops and byproducts within and outside the Gambia. Abaji Sankari speaks on behalf of the Agriculture Minister.
We all play our part well as stakeholders. For instance, after so much investment the government is making in the groundnut subsector, we will prefer if farmers sell their groundnut to GGC. The success of the corporation and the Gambia government is the success of farmers.
Mohamed Njai, Managing Director of the National Food Security Processing and Marketing Corporation, said the role of his institution in the forum is to listen to the farmers and devise mechanisms for selling groundnuts. He further highlights the contribution of his institution to the country's price stabilization.
We started by bringing vegetable oil, about 139 containers of Medina oil. I'm sure you all have seen it on the media, various media outlets. And because of that, the prices went down from $2,200 to $1,650. Now it is actually even down to $1,400 or $1,450. And we also decided to further expand the initiative to rice, to cover rice, and we imported almost 20-something thousand metric tons of rice. And for us to make an impact that will be felt across the country, we decided to work with the cooperatives.
Alu Balde and Omar Jammeh, National Assembly members for Jara West and Janjambre respectively, both said farmers need to be empowered and further outlined the significance of such dialogue.
Gatherings like this will help. We will know why they are selling their groundnuts to private individuals from outside. Then we will discuss with them to see what are the challenges, because we have heard from various speakers.
Moving forward with what I have seen, I would say yes, farmers still need to be supported in what they're doing. And in supporting them, I want to believe that it will equally yield productivity of the agricultural sector.
Ahmad Sar from the Cooperative Primary Marketing Societies shed light on the prospects for this year's groundnut sales.
They want to buy our groundnuts, and I will advise them to start buying early and come up with a good price. Last year, farmers were expecting more money than they proposed. This time, some farmers may want to see a price increase before they sell, and Senegal authorities may also want to buy from us. If that happens, it will affect our country.
Other speakers commended the National Food Security Processing and Marketing Corporation for always listening to the plight of the farmers and called for revitalization of the groundnut sectors and reasonable pricing of groundnuts this season. Bakari Balde, QTV News.
We'll now go for a commercial break, and when we return, we still have some more local business and sports news stories. Do stay tuned.
dellu si waat na sa Independence Stadium di Gambia Youth Chamber of Commerce ñoo am lëkkaloog di Gambia Women Chamber of Commerce dikkati neen si juróomi pàcc bu jigéen ñi ak ndawi réew mi ñuy yëngu si fàggu koom-koom mbay muy agro business ak tourism trade fair si atum ren bi dajeem jënd ak jaay mi mu ngi yokk ak di fulandil ay jumtukaay yu xarañ tukkee si ay ndaw ak jigéen yu màcc ci baana fii si réewu Gambia dinañ fa dalal ay baana yu xarañ jógee sa Afrique saw jent ngir suqali nangute bi mootaay réewu Afrique fas ngir jëriñ seen doomi réew tukkee si jënd ak jaay dinañ fa am ay yëngu-yëngu yu bégle te am solo lu si mel ni jongante xarañteef màggal bési jigéen ñi ak ndaw ñi woy ak feeñal aada ak cosaan ak yeneen xeetu xew-xew yu neex yu kawe seen jot gaaw leen bindu ngir taxawal palaasu njaay di tàmbale benn fan jëmba si ñaar fukki fan ak juróom si décembre dégg ngeen ma de si diiru ñaar fukki fan ak juróom ngir sabablu jënd jaay nangute ak lëkkaloo tukkee si wàllu baana di xewee sa bërëbu Independence Stadium sa Bakaw pour am si ay bataaxal yu leer wooteel 368 5556 368 5556 203 1080 203 1080 wala 5200045 5200045 ñu tasee trade fair.
The future is now with QCell's 5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyapus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back and thank you very much for joining us. This is QTV News. Ahead of the Coros Film Festival later this month, renowned Gambian British actor, writer and producer Babu Cisse sat down for an exclusive interview with QTV's Ansumana Isonyasi, during which he discussed, among other things, his Gambian heritage, his journey to Hollywood, and his film foundation, where he offers training for aspiring actors.
Born in the UK to Gambian parents, widely acclaimed around the world for his acting prowess, Babu Cisse is a distinguished face in the world of acting thanks to prominent roles in internationally acclaimed movies such as Into the Badlands, Half of a Yellow Sun, and BBC drama Damilola, Our Loved Boy, among others. But as he sat down with us, this BAFTA Broadcasting Press Guild and Screen Nation Awards nominee says despite all he's achieved, he remains proud of his Gambian heritage. Hence his desire to leave a legacy by creating opportunities for aspiring actors through his Coros Film Foundation, which he founded last year. Babu says his journey to the world's most prestigious theater and film stage, Hollywood, is a reminder that anything one sets their sights on, they can achieve. Having studied microbiology and worked as an accountant, Babu decided to pursue his dream, a decision that changed his life forever.
Been an actor now 20 years. I have an international career. Alhamdulillah, I'm very grateful to Allah for that. I get to work in interesting places around the world. Just this year, I filmed in Budapest, Romania, Austria, Bangkok, and where else? I'm even forgetting. Where's the Greece? Greece, where I had a good time. 10 weeks. It was very nice people, very nice country.
Determined to create a platform for aspiring actors, writers and producers, Babu partnered with the Kanifing Municipal Council to renovate this community center in Kotu, where he offers training in various theater elements for young and old Gambians aspiring to make a name in the theater or movie industry.
I'm going to try to uplift the standards of Gambian practitioners to the global level. I don't want any courses to be apologetic. If they're teaching it abroad or they're teaching it to the best people in the industry, I want the same thing taught to Gambians. We've already had 6 courses. Gambians have reacted positively to it. It's not like it's rocket science and they can't get it. No way. Absolutely, they're doing it. And in time, we'll have enough people with them who have mastered the skills to be able to get stories told at the highest standard possible.
Furthermore, he hopes to contribute to transforming Gambian theater such that acting will be seen as a job and not just a hobby, especially for those engaged in it. From the community center, we visited Alliance Francaise on Kairaba Avenue, where, with support from Alliance Francaise de Banjul, Institut Francaise du Senegal, French and U.S. embassies in the Gambia, the Foundation's latest initiative, the Coros Short Film Festival, will be held from Thursday 23rd to Saturday 25th November 2023. Babu says the audience can expect nothing short of electrifying performances.
There's some good films in the list, films that are going to blow people away. Most of them are African, some are French, to do that African-French connection. There's a lot of Gambian short films.
Meanwhile, he has this message for aspiring actors in the Gambia.
For all of you out there who are aspiring and hoping to be involved in the film industry, whether as actors, writers, any element, cinematographers, you name it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it.
While theater and film in the Gambia may not be as rewarding as in neighboring countries and beyond, Babu, who has become the Gambia's main reference point for acting on the global stage, is without a doubt inspiring a generation of Gambian actors. Ansmane Sonyasi for KTV News.
Well, time to do business. Now, business news. As the World Travel Market 2023 in London ended on Wednesday, the Gambian delegation is optimistic that their participation and marketing strategy will attract more tourists and investors in the Gambia. QTV's Mamse Ngom was at the closing ceremony and she filed this report.
Organizers have hailed the 2023 World Travel Market a success. After over 43,000 people attended, over 3,800 exhibitors, 1,976 representatives of the world's media, and over 99,000 business connections were recorded. The Gambia is one of the regular faces in the world travel market for many years. Adam Anjai, Director of Tourism Promotion UK, says Gambia has collaborated with the third largest tour operator in France to promote tourism in the Gambia.
We met some partners that are actually airlines, and they are talking about flying to West Africa and Gambia to be part of it, that we are interested in the French market, and that's why the DG and the Minister ensured that we actually attended the fair in France, and we want to do more because it's part of the diversification that we have in our strategy to make sure that we penetrate other source market like France. But I can tell you we are expecting lots of proposals coming these days. We will review and do due diligence on them and see what is best for destination Gambia.
Gambia's Minister of Tourism, Hamad N. Keba, who was among 52 ministers who attended the London event. Among other things, they discussed how to transform tourism through education. Chabel Hobeika, Managing Director of Gambia Tours, explains how they promote Gambia's image during the event.
We are meeting old partners in the business, partners that we have been working with for a couple of years. We've also getting introduced to new companies, new potential clients for Gambia from different source markets that we have in the Gambia.
Suleiman Suntu Ture, Deputy Head of Mission at Gambia High Commission in London, applauded Gambian delegation's marketing strategy.
The Gambia stand is always attractive with the cashew nuts, the peanuts, the domodas, and the local food that has been cooked. A lot of people come, and the business partners with the airline tour operators are also coming. So currently there is a meeting going on between the Director of Tourism Board and some other partners from France. So these things are ongoing, and I think to sell the Gambia, I'm calling upon the media, the Gambian journalists, especially the younger journalists themselves, to see it as their duty too, to project and portray the good image of the country.
World Travel Market London 2024 will run from Tuesday 5th to Thursday 7th November. Reporting for QTV News, I am Mamse Ngom.
From that report, now to sports news. Brikama United and Wa Banjul drew 1-1 in their opener of the 2023-2024 GFF First Division League campaign at the Brikama Boxbar Mini Stadium. I attended, and this is the report. It was a debut to remember for Sankun Jajo, who scored in the 89th minute from outside the box to give Brikama United a point against Wa Banjul, when it seemed the jinx of draws between the two sides was about to end. The teams had previously said 8 drawn matches. Sankung was excited to score on his debut.
I
am very happy to score a goal in my first competitive match in the top division. I had this feeling that I would score prior to the match. My goal wasn't a surprise. I hope I will score many more goals. Wa Banjul stunned Brikama United in the 9th minute when Pa Asan Diouf scored a header from Ibu Kamara's perfect delivery from a free kick. Brikama had quickly settled into the game and were dominating shortly before conceding. Musa, a first-team trainer for Wa Banjul, says how close they came to snatching all 3 points.
Definitely, almost winning 3 points.
We were almost winning, but eventually conceded. It's our first game of the season, so sharing the points is not bad. Brikama United coach Sirif Jallo says his side played well and their target is to win the league.
It's just the beginning. We were 1 goal down early. We conceded a goal very early minutes. But it's a fine game. It's a good game though. Yeah, our target is this year. We want to be the champions. That's my target. I want to be the champion this year.
And do you think this is achievable?
Of course.
There were matches across other venues. Champions Real de Banjul defeated Fortune 2-0, Greater Tomorrow 2, Armed Forces 1, BST Galaxy 0, Walidan 0, Banjul United 0, Samga 1, Steve Biko 0, Team Rhino 2, Marimo Parkfoot 1, TMT 2, Bombada 0, Falcons 1 completes the results. With many teams having strengthened their squads, football fans are looking forward to an exciting campaign. Umudu Gajaga, QTV News. Now before we end this news bulletin, here is a recap of our main news headlines. As part of efforts to move away from the reliance on expensive emergency power in the Gambia, the National Water and Electricity Company Limited (NAWEC) held a pre-meeting with potential bidders to develop a dual-fuel power plant. On the commemoration of World Diabetes Day today, the Chief Medical Director of Sarab Medical Center, Dr. Abubakar Jah, has spoken about the causes, prevention and treatment of the condition. The National Food Security Processing and Marketing Corporation, formerly the GGC, and the Ministry of Agriculture held an annual stakeholders consultation in the Lower River region on the upcoming groundnut trade season. In business news, as the World Travel Market 2023 in London ended last week, the Gambian delegation is optimistic about their participation and marketing strategy will attract more tourists and investors in the Gambia. And in sports news, Brikama United and Wabanjul drew 1-1 in their opener of the 2023-2024 GFF First Division League campaign at the Boxbar Mini Stadium on Sunday. That's all we have for time in this edition of the QTV News, and join us again at 10 for another bulletin.